Hi and welcome to episode 1 of my new Per Aspera gameplay series. I'm Icon and we're gonna terraform Mars in the Sandbox mode because I tried out the story mode, and as fun as it might be, there's so much talking to be done by the AI and the story elements that I feel like there wasn't that much room for a gameplay series. So instead, we're gonna do this in the Sandbox mode. First up, we have to look at this glorious planet, don't we? I really love what they did there. So we can zoom in here and look at all the topography, roll across it. As far as I know, this is pretty realistic. I didn't check out if I haven't checked out if this is the real topography of Mars, but judging from what I've seen how this game works, I would say yes. But whatever might be the case, we're gonna decide where we're building our first base. These craters here are not so desirable. Wow, it's looking a little bit unhealthy here. But I thought this would be a good starting area, maybe. Or we're gonna head over here. That looks also pretty good. So first we're gonna choose a landing site, and I'm gonna land here. I want to do that. So the goal of this game is to terraform Mars, but to get there we have to unlock research first, and we're gonna start with some basics. First up, unlocking aluminum. Aluminum is our base material we're gonna work with. Alongside with aluminum goes silicon, and we're gonna build up some mines for that. Very simple and everything. Oh, and that's outside of my control range already. Bummer. So your control range expands with every building you do, so we're gonna build a carbon mine over here first. Maybe it's then enough to build up the silicon mine. Gotcha. It's a little neat trick, and since we're gonna need carbon anyways, alongside with iron, it's already quite okay to spam a few extra mines if it brings me the necessary influence. I'm gonna prioritize the aluminum mine because I want to make sure that this is going to be the first building we complete. Oh no, it's already completed, silly me. So right now we're building the carbon mine first. We gotta go do that. And to unlock science, I have to build a spaceport and a colony where people can live at. And that's gonna be that's going to be the content for the beginning of the game. We're gonna check out how our little robot here delivers all this stuff. I really like the graphic looks here. I love how they used here a simple map and slapped some elements on top of that. So it's really lovely. Alright, so the silicon mine is being produced, and let's go for the first few factories. The glass kiln is absolutely mandatory because this will be the facility where all that glass for the fresh solar panels will come from. And besides that, I'm gonna need an electronics factory. This electronics factory also will consume aluminum and silicon, and well, electronics and glass are well, what we need for high tech. Sadly, I can't have a look on the technology screen yet, so I would love to show you around what we're gonna do, what we're gonna be up to in the future, but one thing at a time. So right now those factories are being built. The aluminum mine is busy. That's good. All right. So these first parts are done, and after that, I want a steel factory. So build the steel factory while you still have steel, because weirdly enough, the steel factory does cost you, or no, the steel factory does cost you iron. Wait a sec. They hotfixed that. A lot of people were complaining about the fact that, yeah, here. That's the thing. The iron mine needs steel, and if you happen to spend your starting steel, you're locked out. But if that should ever happen to you, you can just scrap something and reclaim those materials. I've heard a lot of people complain pretty hard about that in the reviews, where I was like, well, scrap something else, and then well, some people aren't creative enough, I guess. So it's time for my first solar farm. The landing site produces 20 megawatt, but or is it megawatt? Yeah, but that's not enough anymore. So the yellow circles here also show my zone of influence, and well, the energy circles are all not too well, limiting here, so I'm gonna go south with that. I'll try to increase my influence and my power network as much as possible. Prioritize this thing to tell my worker he should carry his stuff here first. Oh, I'm out of glass. So right now this is a little bit of a problem, but it's easily solvable. I'm just gonna disable the carbon mine and the iron mine. And, well, obviously we have to disable the aluminum mine too, but now the glass kiln can work again. And the necessary glass for the solar farm can be produced. Just juggling around with the available power here a bit, speed up the game to make the waiting time for the glass a little bit shorter. In the early game, this game does feature a little bit too many waiting times for my taste. That's so far the only gripe I've had with the game. Everything else is really awesome and feels great, but this is one of those typical situations where you're just waiting until something is finished. Luckily, the game offers you a 16 times speed up, so it's not that horrible, but there's really nothing much happening here before, not much happening before the solar panel is done. So let's reactivate those buildings since I have power now. We can only build up to 50 structures here, but well, that's to me more an alibi of a limit, because you're not gonna be able to do 50 structures before you hit research. I hope. I didn't. If you do, you really did build too much. All right, so steel is now available. That means here you see all the raw resources, and here you see the refined resources. I've collected 4 of 6 raw resources now, and I'm producing 3 of 6 refined resources now. So what I'm missing now are parts. Parts are necessary for new workers mainly in the early game, and they're made out of steel and aluminum. That's why I didn't build up a parts factory first. So let's do that next. And since my power consumption, my power is running lower again, I want to set up a new solar panel right away. So I'm gonna expand my radius into this direction here. I really like to go as far outside as I can, because the solar farm will be expanding my control range. Let's kick out the prioritization here. But seriously, apart from a few too many waiting times, this game is really, really awesome and a lot of fun. I really can recommend the story mode too. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I only won't play it for a Let's Play series because there's so much dialogue there. I mean, feel free to drop me a comment down below about what you think, if you want to see that or not. So I'm pretty screwed here. I don't know how much damage will be done to my structures, but there's something falling down on my base way before I'm able to do maintenance. Oh man, that's unlucky. So you need maintenance robots to repair damage on your site. So well, maybe I'm gonna be creating my chemical plant and my what's it called again? My maintenance port before the robot, before the worker factory this time. Oh, this is gonna hurt. What an unlucky situation. So I'm gonna slow down so you guys can enjoy the meteor impact. So, yeah, rebuild. Luckily I can rebuild these things. Okay. So yeah, that's your everyday life on Mars. What was bad for the dinosaurs is bad for me too. So this expands the waiting game a tad bit more, so unlucky. Okay, so right now we're just waiting for resources. I really hope that this will be changed in future versions a bit. The main problem here now is that I don't have any new resources or resource deposits available. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop down a areological scanner way earlier than usual. The areological scanner is just, well, a scanner. I don't know why what the first word really tries to postulate there, but this thing scouts out new deposits for you, and well, since I feel very inhibited with only one of those mines, I'm gonna build another one. Alright, so the electronics factory and the scanner are almost online. So let's get over there and finally build the chemical plant. I just didn't want to build the chemical plant before the meteor struck down there. By the way, minus 55 degrees Celsius. Nice weather up here. So, chemicals will be processed into polymers. And now all that's left to do is set up a worker factory and a maintenance facility. I do create a worker hub now before I create the maintenance facility, because the meteor already went down. The damage has already been done. Here in maintenance screen I can see there's just a few buildings showing wear and tear. That's all. So I really love how slick everything plays here, though. The worker robot is really a good buddy. He's working extremely efficient overall. I've read out of reviews that the AI of this little guy is pretty good, actually preferring prioritize on his own. Like if there's no power on your grid, people said that solar farms got prioritized automatically. It's these little things that really make you happy to read. So I'm gonna focus the worker factory here, and afterwards the worker hub. So with prioritizations you can tell the game to build certain things first. So of course the electronics facility wasn't rebuilt yet. I wasn't aware of that. So chemical plant now online too. All we're lacking is one piece of electronics, and then finally new workers will arise. I'll keep the prioritization on the worker factory for now. Oh, and I'm out of power again, so never mind. I'm gonna power the worker factory down, and we need to set up a new solar farm. I just keep expanding my power network while I'm at it. Oh, that's really low efficiency on the solar panels in that area. So down here it is better, but well, solar panels for expansion, whatever. So we're now officially out of power again. So let's see if people were right about what they told me. The solar farm should be now prioritized first, unless all that talk was just talk. Let's see. Right now my worker is prioritizing the production of glass. That's one thing I see here. So he'll need 3 units of glass. Right now he's making sure that this is happening. So okay. Well, let's see. Glass is up. No. That's wishful thinking. Or will I need the worker factory beforehand? It's quite a possibility. Yeah. That's what's happening here. We can't expand over here before the worker facility is completed, because the influence range is not big enough yet. Can I check out my influence range somehow? No? Sad. Alright. Whatever. So obviously we're focusing other projects now first. Do I need to power? Yeah, if the project is powered down, the worker doesn't finish it. Okay, good to know. I didn't know that. All right. But I'm gonna power the worker factory now down because this baddie here eats up 15 megawatt of power, and that's more than I can offer right now, so... Sorry, little friend, we have to shut you down for a moment. Problem with these scanners is they need 8 units of electronics, and therefore they're really a tough nut to crack during the early game. But we are making quite good progress here, so yay, we got that. So since there's a worker hub now available, I want to build one. Workers need forever to be built, so it's one thing you should know. So I'm right now prioritizing the worker factory because it takes 40 days to build one worker, you know. And now we're going to head back to the scanner. Okay, so if I'm able to whip up more silicon and aluminum, I will be able to create more... oh, there's more silicon. Let's see. I'm going to be able to create more electronics, and this solves one of the worst bottlenecks in the early game, in my opinion, at least it is. So, there goes a water extractor. And afterwards, I want that maintenance facility to make sure all our buildings receive their repairs. There we go. Okay, water extractor has been built up in no time. It's really just the electronics being a little bit of a problem, so let's do this. I think that 2 mines of every resource are actually pretty much mandatory, so I do like what's happening here. So let's... I'm gonna wait until my maintenance facility is ready before I set up a new hub to see if this is in the maintenance zone or not. Because I want to put up a new worker hub in this area, so we have 1 worker here, 1 worker here, and 1 worker here. That's roughly covering up my base for now. Oh, and with these things now, it's time to put up a food factory. So our friends, or human friends, have something to chew on when they're finally hitting town. Or, well, I'm gonna drop down a solar panel there, I guess. So, always those electronic facilities need new input. I don't know. Aluminum is such a nasty bottleneck in the early game. Alright. Building power lost. Yeah, that's why I want a new solar panel, friends. Alright, let's prioritize that. Since we obviously need more power, that maintenance facility is a really big spender too, with 20 megawatt. But it's absolutely necessary. You won't be achieving nothing without. All your buildings will die in no time. Oh, there's a dust devil dancing. Great. Oh, my electronics facility is powered down. That's why nothing is happening anymore. So let's shut down those not needed areas up here. I was like, why are we not getting anything done? Okay. I mean, I would just put up a second electronics factory if there was more aluminum, which I can't discover before I have the aerological scanner completed. Like, yeah. I could imagine that in a few patches or a few versions, 1 thing or 2 might be reworked here, because I feel like it's unnecessarily slowing me down. That's not really a fun way to limit me. It's just it feels like it's holding me off from actually having fun with the game. And well, I've seen a lot of games doing stuff like that. It's fairly common that this happens in this genre. Like, also, the same applies here to this extremely high energy consumptions of absolutely mandatory buildings. I don't mean to nag, I really like this game, but I feel like the worker factory and the maintenance facility eat up so insane amounts of power for being extremely mandatory buildings. Well, just my thoughts about this topic. But I honestly think that with a second deposit of aluminum in the starting vicinity, the whole problem would be already solved. It's all about having not enough aluminum. The silicon I could redistribute in some way, but since aluminum is necessary in refinement and in construction, that's just too much. Silicon is almost never necessary in construction businesses, so it's okay to have only one deposit. But aluminum is just not enough. Or the aluminum mine should, the base aluminum mine must be more powerful. One of these would be really nice. Alright, so my scanner is now ready. So now we're working on discovering new areas here. And I hope finally this maintenance facility will see completion one day too. It's all dangling on this one electronics factory. I'm going to prioritize the factory for a moment, just to make sure it has a permanent output. Because if you look at this, the bottleneck here is very visible. Like, I have plenty of everything except for electronics. Well, aluminum now stacks up a little bit more because I'm constructing less. But aluminum and electronics are just pretty low in the early game, but that's okay. We're almost over it. So I'm gonna lower the priority now because we basically have set up everything that's necessary. The only things that I need to do now are the colony. Oh, and the maintenance facility, of course. Oopsie daisy. And I wanted a worker hub here too. Let's put that up into this area here. Always trying to expand my borders with that. I'm just ignoring now the fact that my maintenance hub is not done yet. I just hope it's still in the maintenance range. I'm tired of waiting. So, spaceport. I wanted to say airport. Well, it's kind of similar, but no. There we go. Let's drop it down here. We're gonna need a few electronics again. You know that. Or it would also help if the scanners would be less costly. That would be another option. Either way, I feel like one screw has to be loosened a little bit to make the early game more enjoyable. That's my opinion. Not like I'm not enjoying myself, but there is a little bit much of the waiting game involved. Other games like Factorio or such solve that by involving processes like handcrafting or such. Like, imagine if I would be able to drag and drop materials by myself, like with a drone that I'm controlling myself. And all of a sudden this whole business here would be less boring to play in no time. It's just, yeah, that's what's happening here. Meanwhile, my scanner is sadly not discovering anything I'd like, but well, I'm not putting up another scanner right now because there are just way too many things that need to be built. And right now, I want that spaceport to be finished first, because once the spaceport is finished, I'm going to enable I'm going to activate a big project that will send the humans to Mars, and once that's rolling, it'll take a lot of time, and that's why I want to complete that next. So yeah, we're gonna prioritize the electronics factory again. So, and let's hope that some new aluminum deposit will show up soon, because that's pretty much the only thing that would solve my problem. But this is just a water deposit, sadly enough. But well, That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a moment until these electronics are produced. Be right back. And there we are. The spaceport is being completed. Yeah, like I mentioned several times before, those waiting times, but that's okay. So now I have the special projects available, and we're gonna activate the colonist migration project. So this sends the human people to Mars, and later down the road I can unlock other sectors. I don't know what's that's gonna be. 12 sectors are available. I haven't done that yet. We're gonna have fun with that. But for now, hey, where's my base? Like seriously, where's my base at? Here, that grid network. Alright. So... oh, my facilities really need some maintenance ASAP. They're showing quite some wear and tear at this point. Really thought that maintenance facility was already done by the time now. But, well... turns out I was wrong. That's gonna be no problem, though. I just hope my buildings won't collapse just like that. Gonna disable the worker factory here to bring up enough power. And I'm gonna disable that second silicon mine to ensure we have the necessary materials. There we go. Hey, and you know what? We're lacking electronics. But this maintenance topic is, it feels like a little bit of a pressing matter. Especially since my electronics facility here is suffering a lot again. But, finally, like, aluminum shortages are really kicking me here. So, sadly, there was nothing here either. So, let's keep those little buggers prioritized. And tell you what, they need electronics too. But well. It's the future, and of course they need electronics. The worst part about that is maintenance facilities need a ton of time to be built, like 51 days per robot. So it's gonna take some time, but since now the first robots are being built, the whole problem has already resolved, basically. Alright. That's that. Now the next thing I'll need is yet another solar farm to make sure that I have enough power for my buildings. So I don't have any power production here, so let's do this. In the meantime, the preparations on Earth are halted because the okay, people are not preparing on Earth anymore as long as the spaceport is not powered. Interesting choice. It's just a gameplay choice, but yeah, okay. I'll accept that. So the maintenance drones are being consumed whenever they do their job, so maybe I can solve that by prioritizations. Yeah, priority also means priority repairs. That's good, because we would be pretty doomed without the aluminum facility. So apart from that, everything I need is now online. Wonderful. Okay. The expansion of this place takes quite some time, but that's just fine. So, I guess this ends episode 1. We're gonna greet the human beings on this planet during the next episode. I hope my buildings will be lasting until then. It's really making me a little bit nervous here to see such wear and tear. Really should have focused the maintenance facility a little bit earlier, but, well... as I've seen, the worst thing that'll happen is that I need to rebuild this stuff, and since the aluminum mine and a silicon mine are available, I won't be running into any trouble. That's any lethal trouble, that is. So, friends, I say thanks for watching. I'm happy to have you as my audience. I hope you're enjoying the run. And yeah, next episode, humans on Mars, science happening. They're already on their way to Mars. And I'm going to say goodbye. Drop a comment down below, leave a like, leave a subscribe. I'd be delighted to have you on this series, and see you next time. Bye-bye.